never takes a rest. Oh yeah. Sports, pop culture, wrestling too. We got it all with the very best.
Hello and welcome to the Ram Network's WrestleMania 41 special. I'm Dollar Bill Dave at Dave in the RC, and joining me is host for one half of the Talkin' Wrestling with Pondwater and Amy, Pondwater Dave.
Hello, hello.
And my brother from Drunken Popcast, TJ Stephens.
Good evening.
What's up, Bryce?
What is happening? WrestleMania season. My wife just, I guess, brought to my attention for the first time in months, and she should know better than that because I forget things very easily. And that she's like, "You ready to go camping this weekend?" And I'm like, "I'm sorry, we sold our camp 4 or 5 years ago." And she's like, "No, we're going camping with the in-laws. They're doing the Easter egg hunt at the Potato Creek State Park." And I'm like, "It is WrestleMania weekend. I will be home Saturday and Sunday night." So now we're just going Saturday during the day.
Yeah, my in-laws are coming in tomorrow.
You gonna watch WrestleMania?
Jandy's like, "We're gonna take them out to a nice dinner on Saturday." I said, "The fuck we are. We're going out somewhere Friday because Saturday my ass is gonna be parked on the couch watching WrestleMania."
Unless they want to.
Ben Jones, what's up, brother? How's Australia?
Hi, Ben. Thanks for joining us. Happy Good Friday to you, sir.
Good day.
So, yeah, WrestleMania is here. We have a stacked card. There's 13 matches listed for WrestleMania, but there's actually going to be 14. We'll get to that later. But, guys, let's start. Dave and Dave and TJ Stephens, WrestleMania 41, match number 1. Let's start here. This match intrigues the shit out of me. AJ Styles versus Logan Paul.
You know,
how good is Logan Paul?
They're great, but man, can I just say that this graphic makes me think that they may be in Zoolander 3?
Nice.
Are you gonna fit all the people in that house? They're so small. Is it a school for ants?
You know, this low key may be one of the matches that I'm most excited about.
This one has the potential to be a show stealer, but I will tell you when we get to it, the match that intrigues me the most on this card. This I think is going to be a show is going to be put on by both competitors.
Yes.
We know AJ Styles can go. We know Logan Paul can go. You know, Logan Paul is a celebrity. He gets saved for the big cards. And I mean, I'm sure next month at Backlash, he won't be there, but that's all right. He draws viewers. And I mean, love him or hate him, people want to watch Logan Paul.
I want to watch Logan Paul. He has yet to disappoint. He has not had a match yet on a big stage that he was disappointing.
And he'd probably kick your ass in real life. So something to think about.
If he could catch me.
So I will take the first stab at this. TJ, you can write this down.
I'm watching it. I got you.
I'm taking Logan Paul over AJ Styles because I don't think a loss here hurts AJ Styles. He's in the twilight of his career. He's got a year or two left, and that's probably it. Maybe he goes to AEW for a short run to make $10 billion from Tony Khan. But you know, I don't ever see AJ going back up the card again to main event status. And I mean, if they can talk Logan Paul into more dates, I could see him becoming WWE or World Heavyweight Champion at some point. I'm going Logan Paul.
I really can't add anything to that. I think you nailed it there, Dave. Because I'm Logan Paul, and I just think the match is going to be so good that it doesn't hurt. It doesn't hurt AJ to lose.
No. And Logan Paul has beaten, the who's who in wrestling. So yes, he's lost to Roman. Yes, he's lost to LA Knight. Yes, he's lost to Cody.
Is there anybody that's just really going out of their way to have a problem with Logan Paul?
No.
So unless somebody was to cost him the match, I don't see it, and I don't think AJ's going to win that way. So
Yeah.
I think the fans are the real winner in this match because I think it's going to kick off one of the nights, and I feel
Gonna be the third match.
Huh?
That this match is actually the third match on night 2.
Oh, they have them listed now.
Yes.
I didn't go look.
As of right now, it could. I mean, we'll go ahead and get to it now. Randy Orton will have a match at WrestleMania. As of right now, it's an open challenge, so we don't know who his opponent's going to be. The rumors are Nick Aldis, Solo Sikoa, and now Rusev has entered the chat. So that match will also be on night 2.
And Jeff Cobb finishes up.
And
Saturday.
Jeff Cobb finishes up Saturday with his run with New Japan.
Yep.
I think Jeff Cobb needs to go to NXT first, though. I think he needs an NXT run because you can't name. I mean, I watch pretty much all WWE. I know Jeff Cobb has had a match or two in AEW, but the name Jeff Cobb is not going to jump out to any normal wrestling fans that are strictly WWE. So I don't mind. From what I hear, Jeff Cobb is phenomenal. So if
it
he
has been for a long time.
Yeah. So if he were to jump straight to the main roster, I'm cool with that. Obviously, Triple H knows what he's doing. So if he could jump straight to the main roster, that's fine. Or if he were to start in NXT, that's fine too, and let him get the WWE under his belt because WWE is different than other organizations.
This is true.
So I don't know how Jeff Cobb's mic work is. I don't know a lot about Jeff Cobb, and I am a diehard WWE fan.
I worked with Jeff Cobb, and he here in Mississippi once, but it's been about eight or 9 years.
But at the same time, look at Jacob Fatu. He wasn't a big name to WWE people, and he came to the main roster and made an immediate impact. And he hadn't been showcased in AEW or whatever. He was in MLW. But so, I mean, it could happen. I could see it, but I think it's either going to be the 3 that I listed, Solo Sikoa, Nick Aldis, or Rusev. And I really hope it's Nick Aldis. I'd like to see him get his moment.
Hey, TJ, who you got on this AJ Styles Logan match?
Unfortunately, I believe at AJ Styles' kind of legacy he's built for his name and his age, I think he's firmly in the position of putting people over, getting people over. So I'm Logan Paul here is my choice. And I unfortunately, again, I think this is the winding down of AJ Styles' career. I think he has already said he's not going to wrestle past 50. And yeah, Logan Paul, personally, I think he's a giant douchebag, but again, I want to see him get his ass kicked and the man gets eyeballs. I can't fault him for that. So I don't Logan Paul wins this and I don't have an issue with it.
Very good. Next up.
All right. Our next match. This is match 3 on night 1. Rey Mysterio versus El Grande Americano. This match, I think, is going to be fun. 2 years ago at WrestleMania 39, Rey Mysterio and Dominic Mysterio had a hell of a match. And the Dominic Mysterio entrance was one of the greatest entrances in WrestleMania history. Now, I will say this. I am highly disappointed that WWE caved and it's no longer El Grande Americano from the Gulf of America because I thought that was stupendous.
I heard that they caved, but I went to he didn't have a superstar profile. So I think that's just make believe because
they said on Raw last week he was from the Gulf of Mexico.
Those pussies.
So
Which is
I
even funny
love.
because how do you come from a body of water?
I mean, but see, him coming from the Gulf of Mexico doesn't make any sense.
Oh no, I'm not
Him coming
disagreeing
from
with
the
you.
Gulf of America makes all the sense.
Oh, it
in
was
the world.
awesome, and they still got his video up that says he's from the Gulf of America.
I'm not disagreeing with you. I thought it was hilarious, but it's again like how do you come from a body of water?
Well, you don't, but
He lives on a ship.
Oh, an oil rig
He's a seaman.
with a mask on.
So I'm going here. This is another one. I don't think a win here does anything to shoot Rey Mysterio up the card. And I think this is a way to start pushing Chad Gable and El Grande Americano. So I'm going El Grande Americano. He's going to get, he's obviously has the Creed brothers. They're going to help him win. He's going to steal a victory from Rey Mysterio.
yeah, they're not. They'd put a nail in the coffin if they beat him this quick.
Yeah, it's too soon.
El Grande Americano. It's my favorite luchador.
Mine too.
I'm going Americano, and I'll even up the stake, and you're going to see the LWO and the Creed brothers in this match.
The LWO needs to go away.
I don't disagree with you.
Yeah.
It's the dumbest shit ever. And as far as Rey Mysterio, I mean, just repeat what I said about AJ Styles.
Yeah, same thing.
Yeah.
All right. This is match 2 on night 2. Liv Morgan and Raquel Rodriguez, the WWE Women's Tag Team Champions, versus Lyra Valkyria and Bayley. I think Liv and Raquel retain, and either Lyra or Bayley turns on the other at the end.
Yeah.
One of them's got to turn.
I kind of feel like either the Bailey and Lyra don't win the titles, that they're the next feud.
Yeah, they'll feud over the Intercontinental title.
Because I think they want Lyra to be the next big thing, and putting her with Bailey would put her along that course.
Yeah, you got Lyra Valkyria and Roxanne Perez in the wings waiting. And apparently Mariah May is coming. So WWE's women's roster is absolutely stacked. And if you look down at NXT, it's super stacked.
Yeah, it's only getting better. I mean, you got Stephanie McCourt down in the rating. I mean, it's ridiculous. We kind of talked about this on the Pondwater show a few days, talking wrestling with Pondwater and Amy. And I started to book ahead for some of these matches in the middle of the show, and this was one of them that I started to do that. And everyone was kind of under the, and I don't think this is an unpopular thought, that you have to turn Lyra in this match. I disagree. I think you could plant the seeds here, but I wouldn't turn her because of a match, specifically the interactions between Bianca Belair, Jade Cargill, and Naomi later on in the show. I wouldn't turn Lyra here because I would turn someone else instead. And I'm not going to turn two women in one night. I would plant the seeds for a turn for Lyra, but I wouldn't do it. I wouldn't do it here.
Yeah.
I'd maybe do it at, in the SummerSlam, something like that.
Yeah.
Bayley beats her for the Intercontinental title and she snaps.
Yeah.
With that logic, I'm thinking that Liv and Raquel will retain, because I'm expecting there's another, and we'll talk about it when we get to that match. I'm expecting another woman to make a full heel turn.
Yeah, same.
I'm going Morgan, Liv, and Raquel here.
So yeah, I'm picking Liv and Raquel to retain.
This is a really boring show. We've been chalk all the way through so far.
All right. The WWE World Tag Team Championship, the belts that represent Monday Night Raw. You have champions, the War Raiders versus the New Day. I see this as going one of two ways. New Day wins the match and becomes the new World Tag Team Champions. Or Big E comes out and costs New Day and the War Raiders retain. But I think New Day wins the tag team titles.
TJ?
I think along those lines, I think Big E is going to come out with War Raiders, give you that feel good moment. New Day's going to try to do something that's cheap. Big E's going to save the day. War Raiders are going to retain. So I've got War Raiders with Big E retaining the tag titles. There was somebody suggested on that Pondwater show that, well, maybe Big E come out and turn. How do you turn? I don't understand how you turn Big E. He can't get in the ring. So
But he can be a manager.
sure, but unless you're Paul Ellering, I don't remember another successful 300-pound manager. Not named Lou Albano.
But he's so charismatic on the mic.
Not arguing that at all. Absolutely.
And
Yeah, I think Big E sucks on the mic.
I think Big E.
I think he sounds like a preacher.
Oh yeah, I know.
That was their gimmick.
And I think
I think Kofi and Xavier hold their own just fine.
But I would love to see Big E give the appearance that he's there against them and help them win. And the New Day are intact, and he's their new manager. And the New Day are going to be the tag team champions coming out of this.
Oh, I hadn't thought about that. I wouldn't mind a swerve with Big E helping him.
But I am a huge, huge fan of the New Day.
Yeah, I love them.
And
New Day rocks.
But I'm a fan of the War Raiders too. And I wish that WWE would just go ahead and license them and go back to calling them War Machine.
Yeah.
But I like the War Raiders a lot better than Viking Raiders.
I don't know if they can get War Machine because Marvel owns that name.
I'm saying you'd have to license it.
Yeah.
They got Hulk Hogan back in the day.
See, I'd almost rather New Day. To me, it makes more sense for New Day to recruit a new person than it does for Big E to turn on the War Raiders and join the New Day again. Again, why would you embarrass him on national TV and kick him off out of the group to do nothing in the meantime than just have him show up at WrestleMania and join them? That makes no sense to me.
Well, regardless, I love the direction the New Day have gone. The heel New Day is refreshing.
Oh, absolutely.
And I want, and they're going to win. They're going to win the tag belts, and I'm just proud. I'm just proud to see the War Raiders in such a prominent role.
Mm-hmm. So this is the first match. The Daves are going New Day. TJ went War Raiders here, so right. we got one difference.
And since y'all mentioned Marvel, go out of your way to see the Fantastic Four trailer.
Is the trailer out?
Yeah, it's the second trailer, and I lost my shit watching it today.
That's one I want to see this summer. I'll actually go to the theater and watch that one. Because
this is the appearance of the Silver Surfer was in the second. They introduced the Silver Surfer, and so I'm excited for this Fantastic Four movie. I really. So
we got Doomsday and Fantastic Four coming.
Well, Fantastic Four is coming out in July.
When's Doomsday coming out?
Next year, I believe.
26?
I think so.
Oh, geez.
They're filming.
I was thinking it was this summer.
It's filming. No, it's filming.
Oh, that sucks. I hate waiting a long time for movies. I'm still ready for Batman Part 2 to come out. With Robert Pattinson. They said it's going to be like 2027 before it comes out.
With Danny DeVito.
But we got Superman coming out in July.
Yeah, the new Superman.
And it looks pretty good.
Yeah.
All right. Yes.
Here we go. Match 4, night 1. Jade Cargill versus Naomi.
Has anybody followed Naomi on social media, which she's been doing to Jade?
Yes. No.
She's got a Jade Cargill playlist, and she keeps adding songs to it. And then, like, Jade got this new necklace from her husband, and Naomi saying it looks like cubic zirconias. And what do y'all think? And
what was funny was Jade said Naomi posted like a butt shot, and Jade says you get shots in your butt, or basically said you get injections in your butt, so your butt's fake. And Naomi responded with, the only shots I get in my butt come from Big Jim.
I did read that today.
And the comments, it's like it's a who's who of pro wrestling commenting on it.
I did read that today.
Didn't think that one all the way through.
No.
Oh, I love it,
Oh yeah, great.
man.
I love
Naomi,
it when they stick to storyline and stuff on Twitter. I think it's
Hey,
great.
Naomi's character has not been for me. Naomi's
Well, I like her
character,
much better as a heel here. She
this
was
whole
kind of
glow
dry as a
thing,
face.
this whole glow thing was designed for children. When she was the champion and had the glowing belt, I hated it as a belt mark. But Conrad's daughter was like 12, 13 years old, and she loved it. That tells me that was for her.
Yeah.
My granddaughter liked the glowing stuff, so that tells me that was for her. It wasn't for me. Fast forward that during the bloodline running roughshod, I didn't understand why the wife of one of the Usos was getting pushed around by the overzealous general manager when she's part of the bloodline. I mean, that part it bothered me that they wouldn't just put her in there and make her a badass heavy for them. But Naomi as a heel works for me. It kind of makes her interesting. So maybe now she's for me, and I can't wait to see her get mollywopped by Jade
Nice.
because I am 100%. I mean, I love Jade Cargill. Love.
I'm gonna make this short and sweet. Jade, I'm gonna say exactly what I said in the Pondwater and Amy show the other day. Jade's gonna win this in a walk. I don't think it's gonna be that close.
I want to see how Jade's improved in the ring.
I'd like to
So
just see.
that's why I'm really interested in this match.
I'd like to just see them take the Goldberg route and just start having Jade come out and just ethering the entire roster.
That'd be
Like
okay
every week. Just, I mean, her matches are, she comes in, boom, 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 it's over. And I mean, then you just keep building up and you work through the whole roster. And then the way Goldberg did.
Mm-hmm. They beat Hugh Morris and Chavo Guerrero Jr. 93 times.
Yeah.
And then got embarrassed by Steven Regal.
Then you eventually either put the United States belt on her or the Intercontinental, and then you just keep gradually you get her into that title picture. But
She needs more ring time though. They got to get her in the ring.
Yep.
She needs to be presented more to people, and she obviously needs the ring time
yeah,
because she's still very green.
well,
I hate to keep doing this because it's like a you had to be there story. But again, back on the Pondwater Dave show and Amy show, not only did I say Jade was going to win this in a walk, I said this time next year we're going to be talking about Jade against Rhea Ripley.
I can't wait to see Jade versus Mariah May.
And Jade versus Rhea as the two quote muscle mommies of the wrestling world. I mean, excluding Jordan Grace, I think is going to be huge business for them in that match as a draw. It's going to be huge.
I think Jade versus Bianca is going to have that same appeal.
Yes, but to me that's a SummerSlam match because Bianca's not the star level. I mean, she's top 5 in the company, women wise, but she's not. I don't think she's to Jade or Rhea's level. She's up there. She's one of the flagships, but I don't think she's the sheer star power of Jade or Rhea. I just don't. That's my opinion.
Interesting.
Again, it's not to say she's not good. She's fantastic.
All right. Well, we all agree again that Jade's going to.
All 3 win Jade here.
Yeah. LA Knight defending the United States Championship against the Samoan werewolf Jacob Fatu. I'm telling you that Fatu is I truly believe Fatu is going to beat LA Knight and become the United States champion.
Okay.
I think so too. Either that or Fatu destroys LA Knight and goes crazy and doesn't win by disqualification. But
were you watching the show a couple of days ago?
He hadn't watched it.
Because all these guys are doing clean finishes. I said LA Knight's going to win this match by disqualification.
yeah,
He's going to retain. Because I said, unfortunately, I think that what we've kind of found out with LA Knight over the last few months, and you could say it's the booking hasn't been the best or whatever, but I I think LA Knight is at his peak right now. I think he is as far as he's going to get, unless like a Daniel Bryan movement happens, which I don't see. And I think he is one of the few people. I think he does great things for the U.S. title, but I also think he needs it. So LA Knight's going to retain, but Jacob Fatu is going to murder him in the process.
Yeah.
So Dave, what is your official? I'm sorry, Dollar Bill Dave. What is your official pick?
I would have to say I think LA Knight wins by disqualification.
Okay.
I'm in the other camp. I think Jacob Fatu wins and becomes the United States heavyweight champion.
All right. So right now, I was the only one that picked the War Raiders, and now Pondwater is the only person who's picked Jacob Fatu. Kind of. I mean, all three of us agree Jacob Fatu is going to shine, but you're just picking him to win. I think he's going to be dominant. I think he's going to show us what he can do, and then ultimately lose the match by disqualification.
We'll see. This has the potential. I have been thinking of this match nonstop since we talked about it on Tuesday. I think I predicted Penta on Tuesday. I did predict Penta on Tuesday, but I no longer believe that.
Oh.
No, I believe Dominic Mysterio is going to.
You son of a bitch.
Dominic Mysterio is going to pin Finn Balor.
You son of a bitch, too.
Finn Balor is only in this match to eat the pinfall.
Now, if the way that this match presents, they've got the rocket tied to Penta.
Mm-hmm.
Penta winning the United States champion would be the
Intercontinental
would be the predictable WWE move at this point. However, I think that the way I would pop so hard, if Braun tries to spear Dominic and he sidesteps, Finn gets the spear. Dominic shit cans Braun into Penta outside of the ring and covers Finn for the win.
That's what's going to happen right there.
That would be so. And now you've got Dominic as the Intercontinental Champion.
And it's going to be the breakup of the Judgment Day.
Not since the Honky Tonk Man has anybody with so much heat had the Intercontinental title. And it breaks up the Judgment Day.
I mean, I'd argue gold dust on that one. I don't think it's going to break up the New Day. The Judgment Day. I think we're going to disagree. I think Dominic's going to be the new leader.
Finn is leaving Judgment Day and going back face.
I'm not arguing that. I just think Dominic's going to be the new leader of the group. Now, here's the only issue: is with the remaining people left in the group. You have to recruit somebody because JD McDonough is still recovering from nearly being decapitated on Monday Night Raw a few months ago.
Yep.
And Carlito doesn't do anything.
Does Priest find his way back home?
No. It's one of those things. Maybe this is where Malachi Black ends up. Maybe this is where Jeff Cobb ends up. Like you could put a new person.
I could see Aleister Black joining.
Yeah, I mean, you put a new like debut someone here,
or Rusev,
or bring up Rusev. Rusev really needs to be on his own.
Yeah, he doesn't fit.
Or bring up someone from NXT.
I'd like to see Rusev go back to being the Bulgarian Brute and have
absolutely
and bring Lana back with her accent.
Absolutely. Their biggest mistake was breaking them up and making her speak regular English. That was the dumbest shit ever.
I need him riding a tank to the ring against Cena at a big show.
Also, he should have beat Cena at WrestleMania.
Oh God, yes.
Yeah,
that was one of the worst booking decisions of all time. So all three of us. So again. Tuesday, I was the only one who picked Dominic, and I thought I was nuts.
I didn't never consider it.
And now all three of us. This is
Dominic pins Finn. It's happening.
It seems so brilliant to me. I won't be surprised if Penta. Braun Breaker's not retaining.
He's not going
to get out of here. He's not going to eat the pin.
Right. He's
But-
going on to bigger and better things.
Yeah, he's going on big because
And-
eventually we're going to get to Braun Breaker and Jacob Fatu. It's going to happen.
But I won't be shocked if Penta leaves the United States champion. But it's the way that we convinced ourselves the way that Dom would win it. If Dom wins it by pinning Finn, it's going to be so brilliant.
Yeah, that's what's going to happen.
And
Absolutely.
I'm here for it.
All right. Match 6, night 1. WWE Women's Championship. Tiffany Stratton and Charlotte Flair. The match everyone has been talking about. Because the promos these two have thrown at each other have been phenomenal.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to go out on a limb here. And I say Tiffany Stratton retains. I don't think losing the title now to Charlotte Flair does anything for Charlotte Flair or for Tiffany Stratton. I think Tiffany Stratton needs to win this match the same way. I think this is going to be a phenomenal match.
Mm-hmm.
But I think this is going to push Tiffany Stratton to bigger things like it did Rhea Ripley 2 years ago.
Yes.
And this may come as a shock to y'all, because as big of a fan as I've always been of Charlotte Flair, I don't give a shit about this match.
What?
I honestly just do not give a shit about this match. I don't. And Tiffany needs to win because she's a Money in the Bank champion. I think it validates her if she wins. I fear that Charlotte's going to win the championship. I don't want Charlotte to win. I feel like Charlotte's going to win.
So you're picking Charlotte.
Yeah. I just got this gut feeling that I just don't have a good feeling. I want Tiffany to win.
Well, again, we talked about this before, and
But
I picked Tiffany Stratton. I think she is outside of Rhea. She is their woman right now. But I mean, she's over like Grover. I'm with you. Charlotte winning here does nothing. Actually, if anything, to me, if Charlotte wins this match, the fans will never forgive her. They will just boo her for the rest of her life.
But they're supposed to boo her because she's a heel.
But there's a
She
difference.
came back as a face.
And they
And
immediately
the fans
turned her.
do not give a shit.
You
So they
know
had
there's
no
a,
choice.
yes, there's a difference.
I'm just saying, I don't want to see it. And I'm a Charlotte fan. Or I was a Charlotte fan.
See, I have Charlotte fatigue.
I don't know what it is.
I don't have Charlotte fatigue. They have, and again, we talked about this before. The WWE seems to have this dependency in their mind that the only person that can win the women's title and carry the women's division is Charlotte. For the last decade, it's always her. And again, I think if she wins this match, the audience will never forgive her.
Did the Hardy Boys make your font?
And the answer is yes. The audience will never forgive her. They will hate her. And I don't mean that in a good way. They will hate her for the rest of her career. And I actually think it'll tarnish her legacy if she wins this.
Well, I hope that we're all wrong. I hope I'm wrong. But I mean, last night I was watching.
No, I'm with you. I'm
watched
scared to
AEW
death she's going to win that.
Mercedes beat Athena, and I just turned that shit off.
Mm-hmm.
And that's kind of how I feel about this match. Charlotte should not win, but I feel like she's going to.
Yeah,
I
I'm
hope
scared to death. Charlotte's going to win this match, and I'm not scared because listen, if you don't think that Charlotte's good in the ring and Charlotte can carry the company as women's champion, you're just a clown and you're just biased. She
I
can't.
didn't say that she wasn't.
No, I'm not saying you. I'm just speaking in general. Like the Charlotte haters, right? I mean, that's insane. But to think again, the WWE seems to think she's the only one outside of Rhea that can do it. Whenever they have any kind of slip or they put it back on Charlotte, and she's already the 15-time world champion.
No,
which is nuts.
14.
I bet it was a 14.
I think it's 14.
She's up there.
It's
Regardless.
13 or 14.
I'm pretty
But-
sure it's 14.
I think she's.
But I
14.
mean, she could beat Tiffany, and they could have Tiffany chasing her all summer,
No,
and maybe Tiffany climbing the mountain and beating her solidifies Tiffany. I mean, they could. I mean, if Charlotte wins dirty, and Tiffany has to, and then gets it back from Charlotte, maybe that builds. Maybe she's going to build Tiffany up. Because I mean,
See,
like
I
said,
think the worst thing they could have done was
Tiffany's a
have
Money in the
Charlotte.
Bank champion.
I think them having Charlotte win the Royal Rumble was the worst thing they could have done.
do you know what Charlotte needs to do for the next year to get any sort of goodwill back with the audience? She needs to start putting people over.
I don't think they care about her having goodwill with the audience.
They should.
Why? People aren't going to tune out.
For Charlotte's legacy, they should care. I'm telling you, her legacy, if she wins this match, her legacy is in the toilet with the fans.
Charlotte fatigue is real. Now I get it. For a long time, she was the cream of the crop with the women's division that we had
No
in
doubt.
WWE.
No doubt.
But people have tired of her, and there's plenty of women that can go in the ring just like her now, and people just don't want to see that.
They were tiring of Becky Lynch before she left.
Yeah,
That's true. If Becky don't ever come back, I'll be good.
That's what I mean. Like I don't.
But I
I'm
didn't
with
miss
you.
Charlotte. I didn't miss Charlotte when she was gone.
I agree, but
I
I like Charlotte. I always have, because I'm even though I'm a WWF guy my whole life, I was a Flair fan when I was watching WCW, and even go back and watching his older stuff now. And I don't want Charlotte's legacy to be destroyed because she's essentially 03 to 06 Triple H in the fans' eyes, and just won't put anyone over. She always has to have the belt. She has to be in the main event. All that shit, it's nonsense. I even think the Triple H stuff is nonsense, but that's what's going to happen. And just again, put over Tiffany for the next year. Just put people over. Just do that, and at least you'll get some goodwill back with the fans. Because again, there's a difference between being a heel and being X-Pac in 2002.
Yeah.
the people do not want Charlotte as champion.
No.
There's too many women in WWE now that are phenomenal to always revert back to Charlotte.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Is there she wasn't missed.
No.
There's times that they were missed.
So when I told you about what I thought would be match of the show,
This one.
right here, the Sin City Street Fight, Damian Priest versus Drew McIntyre, I think is going to tear the house down. These are two big hosses, both former world heavyweight champions.
Yep.
And I think this is going to be a hard-hitting match. And Drew McIntyre is going to come out on top because I think Drew McIntyre needs to come out on top. He needs to get pushed back up to the top of the card. And this is going to be the match of the show.
I hadn't thought about that. I agree. There's two hosses. They can get physical when they need to. Especially, I mean, Drew. It seems like Drew over the last year has been doing nothing but just beating the shit out of people in every feud he's been in. I mean, again, I honestly think McIntyre and Punk last year was probably, top two feuds of the last decade. It was that good. And I think Drew's going to win this because I'm with you. I think he needs to win this to get, back in the hunt. But here's the other thing that's interesting about that thought about getting back in the hunt. The world title picture and the main event in general is crowded right now. You have Rollins, Reigns, Punk, Gunther, Jey Uso, Jacob Fatu's probably going there soon, Braun Breaker, Cody Rhodes, on and on and on. It's loaded. But what's nice about having all these different sort of pegs and pieces to go in these roles is, I can't remember who we were talking about on Tuesday, Pound Water, but I said with this guy you could steal a house. You can kind of do that when you have this many main eventers, is you can just plug them in for one pay-per-view, move on to the next thing. So But here's why I'm happy. I think Drew's going to win this and move on to the next thing. But if that happens, it makes me sad because I don't know. It seems like Damien's slipping. It seems like the worst thing that happened for him is winning the world title.
Yes.
And it's been nothing but downhill since. I don't know where the Schneid's going to stop because it's not going to be here. But I really hope they find something. Babyface Damian Priest, 2 different runs now as a babyface. He's terrible as a face.
Much better heel.
Yeah, absolutely.
No, I agree. And I don't know what it is. There's just some guys, once they get the world title, they're not the same.
I agree.
Cody has escaped that. I was afraid it was going to happen with Cody. But, I mean, Ronnie Garvin.
Oh, God.
Ronnie Garvin was a badass. He won the world title, and he was less than from then on.
Yep.
Hangman Page is just now getting to the point where he might overcome it.
Bray Wyatt.
Yeah.
I love me some Bray Wyatt.
I don't get it. And I do think Drew McIntyre is going to win this match. And I agree with Davis because he needs it.
He needs it. Drew needs it. Drew needs to get back in the world title picture.
Well, see, that's the thing is McIntyre ultimately put Punk over in their feud, but because it was so good, it benefited both of them. McIntyre's still red hot right now because that feud was so good.
But I don't see McIntyre getting back in the world title picture. I see him being
again
U.S. Intercontinental level going forward. I think it's too stacked right now.
So I don't think he's going to do that. What I think is going to happen with McIntyre is he's going to feud with whoever's not in the main event.
I think McIntyre wins the world title next year at WrestleMania.
I just don't.
Really?
One of them, yeah.
Wow, look at this.
Everyone's handicapping for us over here.
9-1 favorite, Drew McIntyre. That is nuts. See that odds actually he just gave us almost makes me think Damian Priest might win this.
Swerve.
Not on the card.
Next. All right. The first match of WrestleMania this year, night 1. Your Royal Rumble winner, main event, Jey Uso versus the Ring General, Gunther.
Man,
I have thought Jey wins from the get-go. But I watched a video on Instagram yesterday that really made me think. What if Jey gets help to win by being the third man and The Rock helps him and he joins Rock and Cena? And they went through this whole spiel about different things between Jey Uso and John Cena, and The Rock's 20 steps ahead. What if The Rock's gunning to get both world champions in his little clique? The only reason why I don't see that is Jey Uso is selling merchandise like it's going out of style.
Yeah.
And does WWE want to take that merchandise hit?
Well, that's risky too because Gunther all around probably the best heel in the business right now.
Yes.
And you risk with that finish turning him.
Yes.
I could see Jey winning and then turning around and losing it Monday night back to Gunther.
I think Jey wins, but I don't think Jay's a long-term champion. He's going to be this is going to be a short-term type thing.
See, and I think Gunther retains. My pick is Gunther will retain. And
if Drew McIntyre hadn't been moved to SmackDown, I would think he would be beating Jey for the title soon. But I think that title is going to be around Seth Rollins' waist before too long. And we'll get there.
So you got Jey or you got Gunther?
I got Jey. I'm going Jey.
So we got 2 Jey. I'm going Jey Uso. 2 Jeys and a Gunther here. So right now we have 3 different picks. Poundwater's got 2 of them.
And according to our friend Efren,
4-1.
Gunther is a 4-1 underdog.
I think Jay wins this match, and we actually discussed the placement of this match on Tuesday because Amy said if she was booking the card, she'd open with this match, and God bless her, that's what they're doing.
Yep.
But
I
said,
just think of how lit that crowd's going to be.
well, that's
night
exactly
one,
why
first match.
that's why I said you have to save it for the semi-main. I want that entrance in the dark, is what I want.
Ooh, well, it's going to be inside. It doesn't matter.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, they're in
I
Vegas
thought-
and it's
well,
inside.
Oh
Doesn't matter.
shit, that's right. Anyway, you're right. So yeah, that's fine. So yeah, everything she said makes sense then. But I think Jay wins this for the same reason Dominic Mysterio is going to win the Intercontinental title. Jay's going to win the world title here. Gunther is going to take that next level up. He's going to get in the Roman, Cody, Punk, Rollins sphere, and he's going to go for the WWE title. Because, I mean, let's face it. The WWE title is the title, not the world title.
Yes, and until this title actually starts main eventing shows that the WWE title's on, it'll always be less.
The World Heavyweight Championship.
Hey, one of them is the USA champion. The other one is the Netflix champion.
There you go.
But
I think Gunther.
But Gunther is not the face of WWE. Cody Rhodes
Correct.
is.
yeah,
And if Cody Rhodes loses to Roman Reigns, when Seth Rollins held it, he wasn't the face of WWE. Roman Reigns was.
Jey Uso's over, but just because he's over, don't mean he gets to be champion. Some guys are meant to challenge, but not quite get there.
Roddy Piper.
And he ain't going. And Jay is not going to win the world title from Gunther.
I'll actually go ahead and call this too. I think Cody Rhodes' next feud is going to be Gunther because they've kind of teased it already just to see what the waters were like.
I'm here for it.
I'm down. Let's do that. I'm excited for that.
All right. Your opening match, night 2. Triple threat match for the Women's World Championship. Io Sky, Bianca Belair, and Rhea Ripley. I am going Io Sky retaining here. Something happens between Bianca and Rhea. Io sneaks in and pins Bianca. Bianca goes batshit crazy, turns heel. It's time. And I think she played a part in the Jade Cargill thing. Bianca Belair will be the first woman to beat Jade Cargill in WWE.
I think it's Bianca Belair in a complete heel turn and leaves with the championship.
I'd be okay with that too, but I really like Io
But
Sky.
I do believe that Bianca turns heel, and I'm here for it.
Yeah,
I also think Bianca turns heel here. I think we're all three in agreement here. Again, it's who's favored in this match. It had
Rhea Ripley.
He wouldn't be asking us if it was Rhea because that's obvious.
Io Sky.
I'm gonna say Bianca.
3 different
Favored in this
answers. There
match.
we go. Efren.
One of us will be right. One of
Give
us
us
are going to
the
be right.
I do think Bianca turns heel here, but again, I think even though Rhea is still crazy over, I think if they put the belt on her again, there you go. Bianca's your slight favorite. If they put the belt on Rhea again here, I think you're tiptoeing into Becky Lynch Charlotte territory, and that's not somewhere you want to be, especially with someone the star power of Rhea.
Yeah,
Again,
I don't think Rhea needs it. She doesn't need the title right now.
I agree.
She's so over. She doesn't need it.
I agree. I said Bianca's top 4 or 5 women over in the company. Rhea's top 5 people over in the company.
Yeah. And the money is in the climb for Rhea to get it back.
Yes.
They don't need to hot shot it right back to her.
Well, I think Io's going to retain, and I think the feud's going to be Rhea and Bianca over the summer. Rhea's the biggest underdog. Wow. I mean, none of us picked her. And I literally have 2 plaques with the canvas cutouts of the ring of Rhea Ripley on my back wall. None of us picked her.
Pondwater picked her.
He went Bianca.
No,
I thought he went. I thought he went Rhea.
No, I went Bianca.
Okay.
Yeah, he went Bianca. A full heel turn cheat.
I'm going to mark it down.
I went EO's. I went 0-2. I think the combination. And actually, you know what? SummerSlam might be Bianca Belair and Naomi against Rhea Ripley and Jade Cargill, which I'm also here for.
Yeah, Naomi could come out and help her win.
I mean, that's going to happen. She's
Now,
she's
if Io Sky wins this match, is that like Chris Jericho beating Stone Cold and The Rock
Kurt Angle
in the same night?
Yes.
Because if I think Io Sky winning gets Io Sky the respect because she's been disrespected through this whole buildup. It's the only reason I would think that Io Sky has a chance.
Well, I would argue because they've done all that in the build-up to this match is all the more reason why I think Io's going to win it. Because if you disrespect her like that, the whole rivalry, and then beat her, I mean, as Jim Cornette would say, why don't you piss in her mouth while she's down there? Like, why? You don't do that.
Well,
We got 2 matches to go. And
It's got to be
Io's
the turn's coming. That's the main thing.
Oh, Bianca's, yeah.
now
Sure.
it was something interesting when JBL was asked who he thought was going to win on this match. He said, "Where are they touring next?"
But they're touring the Midwest next. So
Because if they were going to Japan, he'd think.
Well, they just did the European tour.
So
the next tour is through the Midwest.
I
They're
think
going to Iowa, Nebraska, Wisconsin.
I think all the new programs you're setting a new course after WrestleMania, and I think that you're really setting yourself up well with a heel champion and Bianca Belair, and then she's got and a heel champion's got a good heater,
And then that puts her into a feud with down the line with Jade Cargill.
Yes.
yeah, well that puts her in a feud immediately with Jade Cargill.
Damn it! Now you're making me want to change my pick. But I'm sticking with Io Sky.
I'm also sticking with Io Sky.
She's gonna turn heel and beat Io Sky later at a later date.
Shannon Sharp and
I saw that.
They were all over Bianca today.
Yeah.
Well,
they're very impressed with her presentation.
I think Io Sky wins this, and I think Rhea and Bianca leave the world title picture for a while. Let some other people get in there and have some cracks at
You
it.
got to think Becky Lynch is coming back any day now.
Sure. And hey, here's one. A heel woman who's been on fire, has done nothing but gotten her star over in the last few weeks. How about Io and Chelsea Green over the summer?
Chelsea Green's phenomenal. The fact that she's not on WrestleMania blows my mind.
She's gonna be on WrestleMania.
Yeah, it's kind of strange that
She's going to be on WrestleMania. Somebody actually offered a scenario on how, and I cannot remember what it was because I believe there was like a match that was supposed to happen, but it didn't because of injury. And so someone suggested, well, how about you have the other half of that match come out and issue an open challenge? And I'm sorry. They suggested Chelsea Green comes out and issues an open challenge. That's how you reintroduce Becky Lynch's return.
Oh, so how about Chelsea Green comes out for Randy Orton's open challenge?
How about Chelsea Green defends the United States Championship on the dark as a dark match or on the pre-show? Because they're going to have matches on the pre-show.
I couldn't care any less about the pre-show.
I'm just saying there's going to be a lot of it.
I think one of those 2 nights, Chelsea Green coming to the ring is going to open the show.
I think Chelsea Green's going to get some screen time, but I don't think she's going to get a match, or it would have already been announced.
She's got to get some screen time. Let's go with our main event. Night 1 main event right here. Seth Rollins, Roman Reigns, and CM Punk in a triple threat match. What a thing of beauty this has become. And in CM Punk's corner is your wise man, Paul Heyman. I am going out on a limb here and saying Paul Heyman leaves this match with Seth Rollins.
Wow.
And Seth Rollins is your new heel top guy in WWE, or at least on Monday Night Raw. And that's where he will be gunning for Jey Uso. They have got to get some legitimacy to that World Heavyweight title. And at some point, it has got to be the top belt on a show to make it feel equal to instead of less than.
I agree. I agree with everything you just said. But I'm going to disagree in your pick.
I'm going Seth Rollins.
Okay. Poundwater, who you got? Who you got here?
The tribal chief.
Ooh. So all three of us picked three different people.
Oh, this is the greatest.
But the tribal chief, I would not be surprised if it's time for the tribal chief to reclaim his rightful throne in a new and improved bloodline. With
Dave,
Roman,
are you doing the ad-free shows watch along for these?
yes,
That ruins it.
with
Because I was really hoping that we could have our group text just to firing away with you, me, Efren, Timmy, and TJ.
I think that Roman. I would not be shocked to see Roman back leaving WrestleMania, standing tall as the tribal chief with Solo and Jacob Fatu, and it's a new and improved bloodline because he's been floundering. His
I don't
whole
think so.
humble tour and everything.
Roman's not taking the pin.
No, but I'm telling you, I think that Roman could emerge from this. It's a three-way dance, which means there's no disqualification. There's no reason that Solo and Fatu can't come out there and destroy everybody. They're all standing tall. Then maybe Paul Heyman is with Seth or with Punk. They form because Paul Heyman's never been a face. But maybe Paul Heyman creates a group to go after the bloodline.
The Dangerous Alliance.
There we go.
But he's no longer Paul E. Dangerously. That has to be the Alliance.
The Heyman
But I think because Solo and the Bollywood boys of
Heyman
Samoans. I mean, I'm not impressed with Tamatonga and Tongaloa. And
where did they go, by the way?
I don't care.
Tongaloa's been injured.
Okay.
They're. I mean,
I don't care.
I mean, they're the
Well, see, and what's crazy is
they're
Solo
the Batten twins of Samoans.
Solo was supposed to be the next big thing, and then Jacob Fatu entered, and Solo was just kind of pushed.
But I think if you get
fuck that guy.
But if you get Fatu and Solo and Roman Reigns as Bloodline 2.0 or 3.0 at this point, and then they start running roughshod, and then you got Roman Reigns gunning for.
I just don't see Roman turning back.
Has he turned good though?
Yes.
I mean,
Is he
teamed
good?
with Cody.
Yeah.
And he's not.
I think
using
he's a
outside
tweener.
interference. We'll see. This is the match that I am just over the moon for, and I'm so glad I don't have to wait till night 2 to see it.
Regardless, I mean, they called this triple threat match the main event, and it's not, but they called it that because they're throwing CM Punk a bone.
I mean, it's the main event of night 1.
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
This is the biggest match of
Yeah,
night
well,
1.
Hogan used to main event before intermission. So,
Well,
what I'm saying is, there's better matches on night 1 than this, but it is what it is.
I'm going to
I
call
don't
bullshit on.
agree.
I'm going to call bullshit on that.
Yeah, I don't see any match bigger on the card on night 1. And I mean, the only match bigger on the card, period, is Rhodes and Cena, which we're going to talk about next. But
yeah,
this match is huge, and this match doesn't need a title. Here we go.
Hold on. I didn't even get my fucking announcers. Like, thank you. So, goddamn. So, I, both your scenarios are good. What they are lacking is this whole thing where you had the big contract signing on SmackDown, where Paul Heyman told CM Punk, "Your dream has come true. You're the last match on night 1." And Punk, Punk said, "That wasn't my favor." We still don't know what that favor is. CM Punk is going to win this match. He's going to leave WrestleMania as a heel, as the original, the OG Paul Heyman guy. And him and him are going to leave. And I know I said earlier that Gunther and Cody are going to feud, and I do think that. I think it's going to be after SummerSlam. I think your feud going into SummerSlam is going to be a now heel CM Punk and a Cody, which go ahead and mark this down for the next match, Cody Rhodes for the world title, because Cody's going to retain against John Cena. Now you can go to the next line.
John
Go ahead,
Cena.
Dave. I'm gonna
John
finish
Cena
up strong.
becomes 17-time champion.
Oh my God.
The only way it doesn't happen is if Steve Austin makes an appearance. Because I believe wholeheartedly Rock is showing up at WrestleMania.
Oh, I believe he is too.
But do you think they would do that 2 years in a row?
Yeah. I just don't think we're going to have the same ending 2 years in a row.
Do you know it would be a really great a finish idea for the WWE to try? Just let these two fucking wrestle.
Oh, that'd be a novel idea.
These two can tell a great enough story in the ring. You don't need other people. Like let's just stop that for once. Like I don't know when that started and why we think it's necessary now, but stop it. Just let
that was you
go.
think about the Attitude Era. That was every Steve Austin main event. Had Vince McMahon in there. Trying to interfere in one way, shape, or another.
Well,
yeah, fucking COVID.
Bless you. Fucking COVID.
fucking COVID.
Whoa.
Oh, well, here's my prediction. At the end of the night, Cody Rhodes is going to stand tall as the WWE champion next to the final boss with both of their hands raised in the air. Because this is going to be a WrestleMania 17 finish, but this time The Rock is going to be Mr. McMahon, and him and Cody are going to beat the piss out of John Cena. It's been a whole conspiracy for The Rock to humiliate John Cena. It's been a whole conspiracy. They set him up. They made him turn on the fans. They're stripping away the hustle, respect, loyalty. They screw them kids, all that other stuff. They're going to make John Cena look like the ultimate ass because like John Cena was always with The Rock. Hey, you wrote your promos on your arm. You sold out to Hollywood. All that crap that John Cena used to give The Rock. The Rock's going to get even. And then you got John Cena defeated on his farewell tour. And he don't even have the fans because he's turned on them. It's the ultimate redemption story to build him up, to get the fans behind him, for him to finally win the 17th championship against Cody. But Cody told the story. The story was finished when he won the championship. Then he's been the champion for a year. Now the new story is that he's going to hang on to this championship by any means necessary. And that means is aligning himself with the final boss and becoming, he's already been parading around like Homelander. I'm telling you, Hill Cody is what we want, what we need, what we got to have. He's going to be Homelander from then on. And John Cena has to rise up from the ashes because you can't make him any lower at that point.
John Cena rise from the ashes. Do you hear yourself?
John Phoenix.
John Phoenix. Ken Doan. First of all, I mean, hold on. I appreciate how much enthusiasm and passion you gave that, but it's all stupid. Okay.
Yeah.
Here's the problem.
I thought the exact same thing. What are you smoking, Paul?
Hey,
Cody,
but if it happens,
it's not going to.
Well, if it happens, our group text is going to be lit.
oh, y'all will block me.
if it happens, I will come down to your house and smoke you some ribs, okay? Because it's not
All
going
right.
to. And that's
If
that's
it happens,
problem.
you can come to my house and I'll smoke you some ribs.
There you go. Here's what's
I kind of feel like you guys would probably smoke me some ribs anyway.
Yeah, just
Maybe.
come on.
I'm
just smoking ribs on Saturday.
Hey,
Anyway.
I've made some bold predictions, but if any of them come true, I'm gonna look like an effing genius.
Sure. I mean,
But see, this is my thing, guys.
only like 2 of them you stole from me, but other than that, yeah, you're good.
So many people. If it doesn't happen, you can Uber Eats me some ribs. So many people have said the build up to this WrestleMania has been weak.
Which I don't get.
I
don't
have
understand
loved
that.
every minute of this.
Yes, I don't understand that at
And
all.
I will tell you, I have not seen the last couple weeks of Raw because I've been busy and I've tried to kind of skim through it. But since Raw went to Netflix, it is good ass TV
Yeah, it is.
because
100%.
they've shortened it. It's not 3 damn hours anymore. I mean, it's still like 2.5, but I mean, it's better than 3, but so much better. What are the odds on this match, Efren?
I would have to say strictly because of the build, and everyone assumes The Rock's getting involved, that Cody is the underdog here. I would assume that.
I want to see Cena do it and win number 17.
I don't.
I don't.
And then I want to see Cody turn heel, gunning for that title.
Oh, you're
when
going to
Cena
see
and
Cody
Rock
turn
have-
heel.
Yeah.
Yeah, you will, but it ain't going to be here. So, how big of an underdog? With the questions tonight, I'm going to say plus 225.
Plus 9,003.
Oh, that's very oddly specific.
I'm going to say plus 150.
Yeah, I go plus 200.
Cody Rhodes is plus 180.
Yeah.
Here's what I think is going to happen. Here's the again, Cody after the bloodline has kind of hit kind of a
lull.
dull spot. And also, I didn't say this at the time because you guys just fucking cut me off abruptly for the Punk match. Don't bring the bloodline back. Just let that shit go.
Yeah.
But I think Cody needs a pep here. And I think this feud's kind of given him that, which is why I think Cody's going to win this match to give him another notch in the belt, just to substantiate him as the face of the company. I think, again, rolling out of this, you're going to get Cody and a heel CM Punk with Paul Heyman. Cody's going to be Punk at SummerSlam, another notch in the belt. Next year at WrestleMania, you're going to get Cody and Gunther, and Gunther is going to beat Cody, and it's going to make Gunther that much more of a star. It's going to mean that much more when Gunther wins the world title, and it's going to make Gunther an uber world champion heel, which the WWE has needed in a long time. And I don't mean like Roman Reigns, all things considered, as much as I hate world champions that only defend the belt once every 6 months. I hate when Brock Lesnar did it. I hate when Roman did it. Gunther's going to be on the show every week. And the best thing about Gunther, his promos don't make him a heel. His in-ring work does. And that you don't see that anymore. So I think Cody and Gunther is going to be WrestleMania 42 next year. And I think Gunther's going to beat Cody for the title. And now you have an uber world champion in WWE for the first time since, I mean, name me the last time. It's been a long time. So Cody is going to beat Cena here. Cody's going to be Punk at SummerSlam. Cena and Cody and Gunther next year. Gunther gets the win.
Cody's heel by next WrestleMania.
I think here's what's interesting. I was just gonna say I would agree with that, but that means you'd have to make Gunther babyface, and I hate that.
Maybe Cody loses to a face and then snaps. Cody could lose to Punk and then snap or something.
But again,
Who knows?
to keep my plan correct, you'd have to make Gunther babyface, and that would be the death of him. Gunther is like the honky tonk man. You're not allowed to be a face.
I don't know. It kind of looked like they were going that route before they put the world title on him.
Well, the fans have gotten to the point they respect Gunther.
Yeah.
So if they wanted to make Gunther babyface and they did it right, the crowds would accept it. I just think a babyface Gunther would suck.
Oh,
What are you doing?
I got a cramp. My leg's cramping up bad.
All right. Well, that's it from us
You
here
need,
at the
you need a
Ram
banana
Network.
in you.
Drink more whiskey.
This Ben Jones, me and Ben Jones right here. I was just gonna say it'd be like when Nikolai Volkov off their face. Yeah, and also it's. Oh no, I'm sorry. I thought Nikita Koloff was my thought, not Nikolai Volkov. Nobody gave a shit when Nikolai Volkov their baby face. I was thinking Nikita Koloff.
Oh,
Can you sing the Russian national anthem like Nikolai Volkov?
oh
Well, there you have it from the Ram Network. Our WrestleMania predictions. We will post our scores on Monday.
Do we want to announce the differences before we leave, just so everyone kind of knows? Because there's 7.
Announce them. Go ahead.
So, 2 New Days. The Daves picked New Day. I went War Raiders. Me and Dollar Bill went LA Knight by disqualification. Poundwater went Jacob Fatu outright. Me and Dollar Bill went Tiffany Stratton. Dave went Charlotte out of fear. Me and Dollar Bill both went Jay Uso. Poundwater went Gunther. Me and Dollar Bill Dave both went Io Sky. Poundwater went Bianca. All 3 of us picked a third different person in Reigns, Rollins, and Punk. Me and Poundwater both went Cody. Dollar Bill went Cena. Those are your differences.
There you go.
Let's all throw 20 in. Winner gets spot.
All right, I'm in.
I'm also in.
Dave, go drink some damn water.
Go get a banana in you. You got
Oh.
potassium deficiency.
Maybe because I've drank.
Only pond water could get beat up while podcasting.
While sitting. I discard my quad.
Yeah.
One of those elderly injuries.
Well,
Exactly.
all I've drank today was 1, 2. I've had five Monsters, 2 Dr. Peppers, and a Arizona iced tea.
You don't have leg pain. You're having a heart attack, sir. 5 Monsters.
Yes.
You
Well, I
need to
drank a
stop-
Monster on the way to work, and then I forgot the keys to my truck, and I had to go back to the house to get them. So I got another Monster and drank it while I was on my way to work.
That's 2.
And then there's a stop that I go to that sells them 2 for $5.50. So I got a couple of them, and then I drank one on the way back to that next stop, and then I got back and I drank one when I got back, and then I drank one on the way home.
That's
Did
6.
you actually work today or did you piss all day?
I pissed a lot today,
And also had a stroke on the side of the road.
and
But
then I went to Taco Bell. And
what are
Taco
you
Bell-
doing?
No, listen to me now.
I don't
What?
want to.
Taco Bell's got these street quesadilla, street
Street corner.
no, it's street it's not a quesadilla, it's a
Crunch wrap.
what
It's a fucking taco.
Quesarito.
it's like a taco, but it's
A
it's a-
chalupa.
it's street chalupa. No, street.
Oh my
Yeah.
God.
Whore, street whore.
Are you sure you went to Taco Bell?
Yes.
We just named all of their variations of food.
Street
Other than
chalupas.
nachos. Chalupa. I really forgot chalupas
They're toasted cheddar street chalupas.
and gorditas.
They're a brand new cheesy twist on the outside. So it's like they've taken cheese and made it into a shell. It's the toasted cheddar street chalupa.
Yeah, it's on the.
They come two to an order. But what I'm telling you is I ordered of those. So there's 2 of them. And I got a burrito supreme. And I ate the chalupa and I'm like, damn, is this Taco Bell? And then I ate the burrito supreme, like, yeah, this is
Yeah.
Taco Bell.
So
I mean, it's another level.
you just murdered your taste buds today, which I personally think is rude. I don't know why you would do something like that.
And I would also recommend from Subway, because yesterday I went to Subway and I got the foot-long Doritos nachos.
Oh my Jesus Christ!
They
How are
take-
you not?
They take
Just-
the Doritos and they put them in there, and then they put the beef on them, or chicken.
The
I went
beef.
and then they put the cheese on there and they melt it, and then you can put the goodies like you can get tomatoes, onions, jalapenos. They squirt some kind of sauce on there. It was incredible.
How are you not obese? Do you have a tapeworm? I don't understand.
I had that.
Also-
I had that surgery that I can only eat. I can't eat. I can eat it whatever I want to, but I can't eat a lot.
If you go to Subway to get nachos, you should be criminally prosecuted. Number 3, you're gonna have an ulcer in 6 weeks. I'm telling you that now. Also, every morning when I go to work, I also get a sugar-free Monster. Do you know when the next time I get one is? The next morning.
I've never had a Monster in my life.
You're not missing a lot.
I drink
kinda-
Celsius.
I kind of wish I didn't drink them.
I have 1 Celsius a day, and that
Well,
replaces.
I can
coffee.
drink a Monster and go to bed. They don't give me energy. I drink them for taste.
It's not a good sign.
You should probably try this thing called water.
My dad. I asked my dad, "How do you go to work so much hungover?" And he goes, "I don't get hungover."
I did not have a gastric bypass, but basically, it's what it is. I had a Nissan philopatration.
They cut off your penis.
No, I had acid
Oh.
reflux. So
What
they
about
did
a
is they took
Nissan?
my-
What about a Nissan Pathfinder?
It's they take your stomach and they wrap it around your esophagus and pretty much staple it. That way, the acid can't come up into your throat anymore. Now the problem with that is I can't burp and I can't throw up.
And you treat yourself every day to Subway nachos and Monsters.
I can eat whatever I want to now. I don't get heartburn anymore. My throat doesn't burn.
But you're like, you can't throw up anymore. And Pond Water goes, bet. I'm looking at my diet.
Oh, I can go through the motions, but nothing comes up. It's
Oh.
horrible because if you overdo it drinking, it's really bad.
Wow. You
At
are
least-
such an interesting man. I really hope that everyone gets the opportunity at some point, like I did, just to sit down and talk to you for like an hour and a half. Because, you know, I found out if you piss Pond Water off, he turns into Magnum PI, which I didn't know that. And the funniest thing I've ever heard is, I think it was either Timmy or Sarah asked him why he tucks his button-up shirts into his jeans, and he went into this whole hour-long story about it. And at the end, he goes, "So as long as George Strait does it, I'm gonna keep doing it too." And you're like, "Well, I can't fucking argue with that." So okay, I guess.
Oh,
There you have it, guys. Insight from us here at the Ram Network, here on Talking Wrestling with Pondwater Dave. 2 shows, 1 cup. Drunken Pop.
please like and subscribe.
Like and subscribe on YouTube. Follow us on Twitter. I'm at Dave in the RC. He's at Ref Super Dave PWD and at T Stephens 91. We'll see you after WrestleMania.
Yeah, we may jump on and wrap this thing up right after the main event Sunday night.
I think we
Let's
have to
do
come
it.
on here night one.
Yeah, I'm in.
We could do that too.
Might do live watch along, but not with Dave. He's too good.
Oh,
Oh,
what does that mean?